What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. We have the wonderful Trent sitting with us today. Trent, welcome back to the show. How are you feeling? You just enlightened us on some news that you're thinking about doing, and maybe you get some good opinion on here.
Maybe. It's great to be here. I feel great, and I told you guys that I might get LASIK.
We love a health update on this podcast. If there's anything that we do, it's updating on everybody's health, whether that be the dentist or any other doctor, and now eyes.
And the reason why, this isn't just coming out of nowhere, yesterday morning, I got out of bed, and I usually put my glasses like on a nightstand or on like a TV stand somewhere that's above the ground. And for whatever reason, I forgot that I put them right next to my bed on the ground, and I just stepped right on them. And I broke them.
Barefoot or with a shoe?
Barefoot.
Oh my God, powerful foot.
So, yeah, and they were the only pair of glasses that I have. So I was like, I'm screwed. So I had to tape them all together, and I had to drive to a Vision Works.
Did you take a picture?
I don't know if I did or not.
Wait, how bad is your eyesight, like without glasses?
It's just, everything's very, very blurry.
Like, is it unsafe for you to drive?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
So it just got me thinking, like, as I was sitting there, I was like, first of all, why do I only have one pair of glasses? That's a stupid thing to do.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, that was really your only pair?
This is the only pair I got.
You're just like holding it up.
I had it all taped, and it was just sort of cattywampus, which is a word I used on the golf podcast that I do, and people thought I was speaking an alien language. Have you guys heard that word?
I saw your tweet, and I thought, he's never used that with us before.
Here we go. Just did it.
Explain it to me. Use it in a sentence and the definition,
Do you know what cattywampus means?
Origin.
Yes.
Like, so the reason it came up on the golf show is that
Unnamed.
That golf show you do
with
that scumbag Frankie Borelli.
He's such a scumbag. I've been putting up art in my apartment, and what I did recently was I hung up record shelves. I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram story. It was 4 record shelves
I must have missed that one.
that I then put different records on, and I can switch them out. I can put whatever records I want. And I was telling them that I measured it all out, and I was sweating, but I wanted it to look good. I didn't want it to look cattywampus.
Okay, so can I guess what that means?
Of course.
Is it like
Uneven.
wonky?
Yeah, whatever they said.
Yeah, crooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't want it to look wonky.
Uneven.
Uneven, crooked, askew, even.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that. So the three of you hadn't heard that word.
Never.
Never used.
How
I knew
often have you used the word cattywampus or heard it?
I used it so casually on the golf show that they made us stop and be
How
like,
do you spell that?
I'm searching it.
CADDIWOMPAS.
that was close.
Ah,
Not an I, a Y, and not an O, an A.
Wait, are you sure? Because you said D, didn't you?
You said
This says
CADDIWOMPUS.
CATTY.
Yes.
ED, I thought.
No, it's TT.
TT.
Wait a second.
Definition.
I look, it's the first thing I have on my phone.
we should do a spelling.
CATTYWAMPUS.
But that's a different. Look
Looks-
at that one.
Looks like there's different ways to spell it.
Hey, that's like gray.
That's right. Or what's another word like that?
You're looking at
Wait.
catawampus.
This is a different word, I think. I'm looking at the definition.
All I know is I'm looking at Merriam-Webster herself.
Miriam, the Hebrew name for Maria.
Miriam. Yeah, we're gonna call.
And
him
this
Miriam.
article is
It's
from
the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
This article is cattywampus and other funny sounding words. CATTYWAMPUS. Definition: askew, awry, kitty corner. Cattywampus is a variant of catawampus, another example of grand 19th century American slang.
In addition to askew, catawampus may refer to an imaginary fierce wild animal, or may mean savage, destructive.
Whoa.
Catawampus.
Catawampus.
That's catawampus.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've been using that my whole life. Maybe it's a Midwest thing.
Yeah, it has to be.
I really thought that everyone used it. But now you guys can work it into your vocab if you
I'll
want.
definitely work on that.
Donut is another word that could be spelled 2 different ways.
That's right.
Donut.
Adapter, advisor, ambiance. All of these could be spelled differently.
Oh, the only one I
Did
agree
you
with
just
that on
look
that
up
list-
words that can be spelled differently?
Well, because we had a side conversation
Oh.
where I said gray and he said, what other words?
Oh yeah, but that's like a British thing.
yeah, like
Gray
color
versus
and
gray.
color
with the U.
with the
Yeah.
U favorite. They do it with the U. in there.
Glamour.
The Brits know how to spell better than us.
They're better at everything.
Well, they've been spanking this language longer than we have, so.
So yeah. But yeah, my glasses were cattywampus when I was driving to the Vision Works, and I was thinking, why don't we just fix these things? You know,
Yeah.
I've been wearing glasses for a long time. It's gonna be weird for me, for people who watch any of the videos that I or we do. People will be like, "That he's not wearing glasses anymore."
Are you afraid people won't recognize you?
I don't think I look. Do I look that different? Like it's.
You're gonna be.
Well, people are used to. You have so many lookalikes, and people are so used to seeing you with glasses that they may be like, "Oh, that's not Trent. He's not wearing glasses."
How long do you
Yeah.
think you're gonna go like this for? Like to go take your glasses off? and-
Forever, probably. Just like a phantom glasses. Yeah, I'll be doing that forever. It's not official. I haven't made any plans. I did a little bit of Googling yesterday.
You
but
haven't even had a consultation.
not a single one. Some people are saying if your eyes are too bad, you can't get it.
Yeah.
But I don't think my eyes are in that place. I think they're okay.
Well, you had an
Fixable?
epiphany with the broken glasses.
Yeah, it's just like as soon as I stepped on them, I was like, boy, that didn't feel
Yeah.
like a good thing to step on. I looked down and the right lens was on the floor.
That would have been a good, if you had asked me that trivia question, I would have gotten it
What?
right. What's the spell to fix Harry's glasses?
What is
is
it?
it?
Oculus Reparo. That one I would have remembered.
Was that a trivia question?
A separate spell that I had gotten wrong
Okay.
because I mixed
Wait,
up
can you
letters
say
in my
it?
head.
Do you know?
Probably
it?
not.
Wait, let's hear it.
It's in my head. I can't.
Semproceptra?
Sectum Sempra.
Is that it? I have to wait for the whole Instagram reel to play till the end.
I mean,
well,
it'd
you
be
can just
faster to
type
just
I
Google
guess-
it.
Yeah, I guess.
While you
Wait,
wait,
you said what? Sectum.
Sectum Sempra.
Is that so? The glasses one you said was
Oculus
that fixes the
Reparo.
glasses, or is that
Yes.
LASIK in the
That
Wizard
is
World?
correct.
No, that is Harry's
that
glasses.
is correct. There's
break
been a
and-
couple.
Just fixes the glasses.
Great.
Yeah.
They need a LASIK one.
They
They got to get with the times.
Yeah, just eliminate the glasses
Right.
completely.
There's been a couple questions that I've come up with in my head while watching some shows recently that I'm like trying to somehow use my brain power to somehow get these questions to you than to be asked to us, because I'm watching and I'm like, that'd be a good trivia question, but
Send it in
I don't
want
wanna
to
say
it. Well,
I don't want to say it.
Yes, that would be cheating, Noah.
What's the question? Hit me with one.
Yeah, just say it.
Okay,
now,
I got
'cause
it. What is the name? Do you watch Seinfeld?
Yep.
Okay. What is the name of the restaurant or diner they go to every day?
Oh,
I'm not
it's not Moe's, is it?
No, but close.
diner.
See? Good question. Now you won't ask that.
Well, no, I can't.
I know.
It's not Moe's.
Nope. But you're close.
I've been there.
Yeah, but it's called something different. It's called Tom's Restaurant in the city.
I don't know.
I'm not.
But
that
it's
well
but it's a
versed in
good question,
Seinfeld.
huh?
It is a good question.
What's
I-
the answer?
Monk's Cafe.
Monks.
Monks, you're close.
You were close.
Fuck.
All right.
Totally did know that. We like sold shirts with that on there at some point at this company.
Do you watch Friends?
No.
Okay, never mind. Never mind then.
We're gonna ask the same thing for friends.
What? Well, because somebody asked us what the apartment number.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm just giving all my
But you
questions
can't-
away.
But you can't have them anyway because
No,
they
we
asked
can't.
you.
It's not
No.
like we could have them anyway,
No.
unless Noah reads your mind and makes some
I'm
questions.
saying that maybe somebody would have sent these in. What? Because somebody
I
asked
see.
what the apartment number was for the apartment in Friends. I memorized the apartment number in Seinfeld just in case. But now I give that away, and no one will be able to ask that
It's
question.
something A. Seinfeld something
Yeah,
A.
it is.
Come
Come on.
I've been
Is it
there.
5A?
I've been to a
Yes!
recreation.
Oh my God, you nailed it! Congratulations.
Thank you.
You won.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. But Friends, I don't watch Friends, so I don't know
Okay.
what that apartment
Is
is.
it something like you're against, or you just haven't gotten around to it?
I mean,
You
I've
watched
watched.
The Big Bang Theory, so he can't be. Against.
Oh my God. Okay, if you're watching The Big Bang Theory, which we know,
you're gonna do this to him now
Friends-
again.
Friends-
That was
do
uncalled.
it.
That was
We're
uncalled
do it.
talking
for.
about sitcoms here.
That was
Yeah.
uncalled for.
I don't think it was uncalled for. Fair play.
That's a good show.
We've just already made fun of him for
But
watching The
I
Big Bang
think
Theory multiple
That
times.
If you like The Big Bang Theory, you would enjoy Friends.
That's now people are gonna think you're being mean to Friends.
No, I'm not against you watching Big Bang Theory.
Well-
I think it's funny that you love Big Bang Theory, but I'm not against it. I know people love that show.
I just always thought, like, I love Seinfeld so much
Mm-hmm.
that when I would try to watch Friends, it wasn't my vibe.
Okay, that makes sense.
because they are different.
Yeah, they are. I love both of them, but I guess you can't always love both.
You just have to kind of separate them. Like
They're two way different shows.
If you watch in the lens of, well, I'm just going to compare everything to Seinfeld, it's not going to give this same result. Like of just watching to, like so many people. The debate is always, oh, Friends or Seinfeld, Friends
For
or
sure.
Seinfeld. So when you watch,
sound like Jerry Seinfeld.
in that
What's
under
the
that
deal?
lens.
They are the same in the way that it's a group of friends, but they are totally different
But
shows.
that's like
Friends in New York.
Pretty much every
Yeah.
show is a group of friends.
Right. Big Bang Theory, group of friends. They live in the
They
same
came
apartment
out at the
building.
same time, though. No, like they were
Yeah,
running
they
in
were-
the '90s,
But they
Yeah.
are really different shows.
very different.
People definitely look at it as it like Seinfeld is more thoughtful.
Right? It's more like intellectual.
No, I'm not saying
I'm not
that's
saying
what
that
I'm
that's
saying.
true.
I'm just saying that's the.
Yes.
I'm saying they can be pretentious.
I think
about
there's
it.
an argument to be made for both. I love both of them.
Noah has also never watched Friends.
Yeah,
No, I've-
Friends.
I've watched
Friends
episodes,
though.
or
No,
I've
but the
tried.
thing is, Friends.
You-
can.
No,
Is,
not
it
that
follows
much.
a storyline. Every episode.
Yeah.
Like is a little different, but it flows into one another. Where Seinfeld, is
Seinfeld
just
is-
one off.
show about nothing.
Yes.
A little bit. There are like they have.
There are
the-
some.
like the
There's
one.
like repeated inside jokes and stuff,
No,
but you
but-
could turn on an episode of Seinfeld and watch
I know
it. And,
nothing and be fine. Whereas
Yeah.
Friends storylines carry through into each episode.
but the season where they make the Jerry show, that's a through line.
Yeah, it is. But
I know what you mean.
yeah,
I
I think you get a lot more invested into like the love aspect of Friends.
Oh yeah,
there's a
Jerry's
lot
got a
more
different girlfriend every episode.
yeah,
Yeah, and
there's a
that's-
lot more
Do
relationship
you like
stuff going
Curb
on. in Friends.
Enthusiasm more than Seinfeld? I do.
No.
Mm.
And I haven't watched probably nearly enough Curb. I've watched some of it, but Seinfeld to me is just
I would say yes. I like her
yeah.
more.
I like it.
Hmm.
Something about I don't know.
I mean they're pretty similar because they've got the same guy kind
Same
of holding
type
the
of
wheel.
humor, yeah,
Yeah.
but definitely different types of shows. Like
Yeah.
one's like
Definitely.
a sitcom, the other one's
Definitely very different.
HBO.
Yeah.
What do you guys think
You
about
can get a little crazier on
Yeah.
Curb than you could Seinfeld.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think of Parks and Rec?
Love
Love.
I like
Love
Parks and Rec better than The Office.
Parks
I
and
feel like
Rec.
that's
You
a
know-
common take nowadays.
It's the only I think I agree with you, and it's just because it's all light.
Yeah.
It's all positivity. And The Office sometimes I'm just like I don't know. There's just episodes where I feel down
Yeah, I
after
think you
watching.
would like Friends.
I know. I actually agree with you. I do think like The Office has some of the standalone funniest episodes
For sure.
of that kind of television ever created, but as a whole entity, I love Parks and Rec.
Me too.
Love. It's just such a good one. Such a good one.
Yeah.
So
You ever watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the one who said I liked it better than The
yeah,
Office.
she likes it better than The Office. She
You
said.
did say that. You said that.
It's like I'm not even here.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyways, Love Island finale happened. We won't spoil it, but if you guys want us to talk about it, let us know.
Actually, yeah. Let's. You guys tell us how you want that to go down, because we're gonna have to talk about it.
We're gonna have to talk about it, but
do we have to wait 2 weeks for the people who watch on Hulu to finish on Hulu?
that would be so unfortunate.
It would. Or do we just say we're just gonna put it out and everyone can listen to it, and then if you are watching on Hulu, when you finish, you can go back and listen.
Yeah.
Why don't you record an episode and hold on to it? If
Yeah, no, we could.
We could. Well, let's just
could.
see. You guys give us your thoughts because I am dying to get
Bursting
my Love
at the
Island
seams
thoughts
to talk
out.
about the
I
end of
really
Love
am.
Island.
I really am, and it's really unfortunate.
Rhea has
that you
not been
still
into a
haven't watched.
season of Love Island like this since
No.
maybe season 5.
Yeah, since season 5. I think that Shooting Stars, they come and go, and I think Davide
Yeah.
was one of them. I think it was Tommy Fury. It's been a while, and then Davide stepped in.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the funniest person to ever be on Love Island.
That's shocking because I've only watched like the first few episodes and I'm like, this guy sucks.
I hated him in the
Yeah, he
beginning.
stunk in the
I really
beginning.
thought he was awful in the beginning, and he
He seemed like a
Is-
vapid, mean guy.
is awesome. He's none of those
Yeah.
things. He's classy, funny, delightful,
Italian.
Italian, stallion.
He's
And
great.
Wow.
yeah, I think he's the funniest person.
I'm
that's been
very
on Love
upset that
Island.
Love Island UK is over. You do forget that it is on every day for like 2 months, and it
Disappears?
becomes a part of your routine, and then it's just over.
You get so connected to these
I know,
people.
I
and now
know.
they're gone.
I know.
Well, we'll see. All
I
right.
have to get more into like watching the post like interviews and stuff. Like I'm gonna be watching all of their press tours that they're all gonna go on now in the UK.
Cannot wait until the reunion because let me tell you,
Next week,
the
right?
Casa Amor
Yeah.
people have been chatting up a storm on
Yeah,
these
they have,
podcasts, and I'm
I've seen them on
excited
After
for the
Sun,
reunion.
too.
They're really trying to grasp at their 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
They really are. All right.
Yeah.
Bachelor time.
Yeah, that
Bachelorette
is so
time.
true.
Okay.
Whoa,
Bachelorette time.
That
and
was
we
throwing
have
stuff at us.
new T-shirts. Cancel the cocktail party. These T-shirts are actually really nice. Love the
feel nice.
material of
do.
them. They are an upgrade from the usual T-shirt that we sell, in my opinion. I think
It's a
they're
good
really
hardy
nice.
material.
Yes. So cancel the cocktail party. Those are now on sale. The merch link will be in the description, so you can buy them there, and you can wear them every night when you watch The Bachelor. We also have robes on sale. We have a chick's robe. You can get ready in. It's cute. It's pink. And then we also have the Cutting Stems robe. Black, sultry, sexy. You can also watch Cutting Stems in and The Bachelorette every Monday night. So
Trent is not included with the robe.
no, we all wish he was,
Some
but
people
he's
asking
not.
about that.
So I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
But let's...
Is the model included?
Yeah. Classic.
Trent making home visits
Yeah.
in the robe. In the robe.
That would be fun where if you delivered the robes to people.
Oh,
yeah.
They used to do Bachelor watch parties. Remember those?
Yeah, yeah.
Where the host would show up,
Yeah.
or Chris Harrison would show up and be
Yeah.
like, "Let's watch this show together," and people be losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
We should do that with the robes.
Yeah,
That would
Oh my
be.
God,
That would
could
actually
you-
kind of be
Why don't we
hilarious.
do a
if
little
people
contest?
in like New York? People we showed up to their apartment and just all brought
It's
robes.
like-
Even better,
You know
Long
what?
Island.
It's like Willy Wonka,
Yeah.
where it's like not everyone gets the golden chocolate bar, but like one person does. So it's like
Yeah.
you have a chance if you order one. Trent could be delivering it to you.
On Long Island.
Oh,
on
you
Long
know
Island.
that would have been that's a good idea.
Well, we still have time.
Yeah. Trent, you
Somebody
got a
from
car?
Long Island.
I meant his like putting a secret note like in the package.
Oh,
You know.
I'm saying there's still time.
Well, people have ordered theirs already, so they would be.
It's
But,
only
like,
been on
maybe go-
sale for one night.
No, but I'm saying the people who already ordered theirs, they'd be shut out of luck. That's not fair.
But have they been sent out
Well,
yet?
well, we have new merch coming out next week. Maybe we try to do that with that. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
We have some cool stuff coming out.
Yeah, we'll see.
I was super excited about it.
Yeah, Noah's amped up about the merch.
Everyone should be.
All right, let's get into the Bachelorette recap. But first, summer is the perfect time to treat yourself to a nice little tasty little treat on the beach, in the pool, in your house, on a boat, wherever it may be. And my personal favorite is an ice pop. Nothing cools you down like a delicious ice pop. Add alcohol into that, makes it even better, gives you that nice buzz that you may be looking for to relax, party, whatever it may be. That's where Slick comes into play. Slick is a line of frozen cocktail pops available in different spirit-based packs. They have the agave margaritas, they have the rum daiquiris, and now their newest release, which is the whiskey highballs. Only premium spirits are used, so you know you're getting that good alcohol in your system. Each pop contains 8% alcohol and only natural flavors, and they're very convenient. You throw them in your freezer, throw them in a cooler. You can have them wherever. So head to slickspiritedice.com to snag a pack of Slick, or 2 or 10, however you may want. You know, ice pops, sometimes one just isn't enough. You kind of want a few. So stock your freezer with Slick for your next party, occasion, whatever it may be, and make sure to use promo code SlickChicks2 to get 10% off your order as well. This ad has been brought to you by 21 Holdings LLC in West Chicago, Illinois. You must be 21 and up to purchase and consume. Please drink responsibly.
The episode kind of jumped right into the drama from last week with Hayden. They were replaying his words
Right.
of, he was using the word bitch and comparing to ex-girlfriends, and they're playing this tape over and over. And weirdly enough, they just kind of showed Meatball sitting there listening, and they really glazed over Meatball getting to stay.
Right.
Like, the episode ended last week, and it was like, oh, I want to stay on Rachel's team. And then it just ended, and then I guess he did just get to stay. They never even addressed it.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did that at all. Like, why not show the conversation? I think it was it the teaser or was it the post-credit?
Weird jump. Post-credit.
Post-credit, he was like, I think I want to stick around. And that is like...
Rachel didn't even give an answer. Like,
No.
what did Rachel say?
Right.
Yeah, they never aired it. I mean, clearly she said yes, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Clearly.
like, in this format, that would be a super interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Because he denied the rose, And then he didn't get a rose, and he wants to take the rose now. And it's like, what is she going to say?
Right.
We didn't even see it.
They love to air Rachel's insecurities, so why would they not? Like, I feel like that gives into this to the storyline that producers are trying to sell us of just showing Rachel being upset.
Very odd.
Yeah, definitely a weird situation. But these guys packed their bags. Jesse Palmer showed up, said Rachel and Gabby no longer here. We're getting on a plane. They go to France.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously very romantic. Paris, the rain.
You guys been to Paris?
No.
No?
I have.
You have?
Multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And is it true what they say that it's a letdown?
No. I mean,
Is that what
especially
they
not
say?
the first time I went.
You know,
Like, not a
TikTok is
letdown.
really a dangerous place.
Paris? The people say that Paris is a letdown?
On TikTok. Let me tell you, they say everything's bad on there. And then they say everything's good. It is such a dangerous place that I cannot stop looking at because some things are funny and obviously interesting. But TikTok, man, they really get in your head. There are some evil things on there. Anyways, one of them being that Paris isn't
But
that
people
great.
like to say that the people are mean and it's dirty, and
It-
it's
no,
like that's New York.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Good point.
it's like a trend on. It's called something. There's a name for it. I know
Negativity.
somebody listening. Yeah, I know somebody listening knows the name of it. It's called. I'm sorry, I keep kicking you. It's called something specific with Paris in the name, and it's something people experience that after they go to Paris, they realize it didn't live up to the hype. I'm gonna look it up because
Do they-
it's something
Like
I
a-
see
just a normal
all the
word?
time. It's called something. I don't
like
know.
just with Paris.
Right. Do they say that about like London and all
Paris.
Just Paris.
When
Paris
I
is
went
really
to-
getting
But
it.
I feel like that has always been such a trend.
Oh, it's called Paris syndrome.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's
Like,
a
I
sense
feel
of
like it's such a
disappointment
trend.
exhibited by some individuals when visiting Paris who feel that the city was not what they had expected. The condition is commonly viewed as a severe form of culture shock.
I think this is people who
I
live in
can't.
Paris not wanting people to come to
Yeah,
Paris.
no.
They're trying to keep it for themselves, which I,
don't know.
respect, but I'm still going to go to Paris at
Yeah,
some
if you
point.
go see the Eiffel Tower, you're not gonna tell me that it's not like, oh my God, it's the Eiffel Tower. Like,
Yeah, no, I do think that it is kind of not cool to be anti-Paris, but I feel like Paris is romanticized so much that people love to go and be like, wasn't that great? You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and I also think Americans are
you can do that with any city.
like and Americans too are when they're going in being like, oh, people in Paris don't like us. Like they're already going in thinking everyone's not going to like
Jaded.
them. Yeah. So I think that people are loud about disliking Paris, but people are also pretty loud about liking Paris. I feel like
How about
there's
this?
definitely
Just go there. We should all just go there and
Yeah.
form our own opinions.
right.
I think we should go as
Should we
group.
go?
That'd be awesome.
That would be,
Chicks in Europe.
yeah.
I was in Scotland recently, and it's beautiful over there. I want to explore more of that area of the world.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Europe's amazing.
Right. Scotland is amazing.
Yeah, and Ireland and London.
I was going to say, has anybody been to Ireland?
I would
No.
love to go to
Ireland
The-
looks
the cliff-
beautiful. You ever see P.S. I Love You
No.
with Gerard Butler and Hilary Swank?
No.
Amazing movie. The scenery is amazing.
Okay.
Ireland.
You go to Dublin, and then you can take a bus from Dublin to the Cliffs of Moher. You
Yeah.
would definitely recognize it. It's like these giant cliffs,
Mhm.
and just like the whole ride up is just like a movie.
Like, I want to go to Italy, obviously.
Mhm.
But for some reason, other countries are calling my name a little bit more. You know?
My
Because
Depends where.
I travel with food in mind at all times.
Okay.
I know
well, yeah, you don't. Go to
I know
Ireland for
I'm
the food.
getting the food I like in Italy and
well,
Spain.
that is true. Like, I would really love the food in Italy, and
Yeah.
I'd like to see where my family comes
Of course.
from. But there's so many places that are just so gorgeous.
When I was in Scotland not known for its food, as
Yep.
you would probably imagine, but you know what is great there? Indian food.
Really?
We had amazing
well,
Indian
London
food.
has like the best Indian food in the
That's
world.
what they say.
Not in the world, but London has very good Indian
Right,
food.
they like Scotland was very surprising. We went to this great Indian
Wow.
restaurant and we just ate like kings.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's a
so
great
good.
picture. Very funny.
Oh my gosh, what a hat!
Is this Noah?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Noah is a man of
It's the
many
Cliffs of Moher.
hidden
Oh,
secrets and talents.
look
Not
at
even
you and
secrets,
your-
just
what are
things
these,
that we
what
don't
are
know
these
about
things
you.
called?
What the hats?
hats.
I don't
Cali,
know.
Tally.
Scally
Scally
cap.
cap.
Scally caps.
Scally cap.
I think.
Tally cap,
I think it's
I think it's
Scally.
Scally.
scally cap.
So you've been
Are
Ireland.
you looking it up?
Yeah.
Scallywags.
Dublin's really cool.
No.
Kind of reminds like Nashville.
Scallywag is a person who
I
behaves
was gonna
badly.
say he can be a scallywag.
I think it's Scally Cap.
Yeah. London's my favorite city, maybe in the world.
I really want to go to London.
Me too.
Really bad.
So,
As do I.
Such a good city.
I think I may go
I would
soon.
love to
I don't
just
know
live
when
there.
though. Like when can you just go to London?
I did like a couple months
think
ago.
whenever
I know,
you
but
want.
you had like a week off.
You don't even need that much. I think I was there for like 4 days.
Really?
I really respect that you go places by yourself.
He went with a friend.
I went with
to
a friend
London.
from that one, but
I respect that too.
But-
then. But you've gone to places by yourself, right?
honestly, only Puerto Rico. That's the only time I've ever gone to
Yeah.
like somewhere like a vacation. But
Yeah.
it was nice. Like
Yeah.
for too long, it'd probably be.
Of course.
But it was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. Like,
Anyway,
if
it was
you can't
raining
get
in
people-
Paris in the
Oh, yeah.
episode.
It was.
And that I was going to say that I do feel like there is a romantic element to rain, and I think being in Paris in the rain, there is definitely an added romance to that. They are very into the romance of what's happening. They're going on one-on-one dates. The rest of the boys are being introduced to their cabin, which is a giant cruise ship
a
that
cruise
they're
ship.
all staying on. And what the heck was the Virgin Voyage? I
Which
think
was
is
that was just like a
cruise.
commercial for that cruise liner, I would imagine.
Definitely paid.
If
some
I had to guess,
sort of
the
sponsorship.
Virgin Voyage shelled out the big bucks to get this.
Because if you're in France and you're near
or
Paris,
they have some kind of deal.
I would love to stay in Paris and just kind of like
Right.
be able to walk around there like, no,
Right.
we're putting you on this boat.
Yeah, you're on this boat. Correct.
And
Yes.
Jesse
and because
speaks
like
French.
the dates they did, the group dates
Yeah,
were
Jesse
on the
Palmer
boat.
Spoke a lot of French, but he's Canadian.
Jesse,
One
yeah.
was on the boat.
One was on the boat.
The boxing, I think, was definitely on the boat.
Really?
I think.
I think. I thought it was.
Could have been.
I think it was because
Could've been.
Rachel and the other guys were just like there to like pop in. You know,
But
I feel like.
that boat didn't, or they had to build that on the boat. I guess like the whole boxing ring and everything.
Do you know the kind of shows they put on a cruise? Like
You think they had a boxing?
No, probably not
Yeah.
a boxing ring, but they have big like event
Yeah.
halls
For sure.
and banquet rooms and
where
Have you been
everyone
on a
hooks up.
cruise?
yeah.
That's where everyone
I have
hooks up?
never been on a cruise, but I have friends that go on cruises, and you go like, and there's sometimes there's like Cirque du Soleil shows like
For
on a
sure.
cruise.
Yep. There's like
Wait,
stand-up
have you been on a
shows.
cruise?
Yeah.
No, I just hear that a lot of people hook up with people on cruises.
Really?
Well, when you were when you were like in high school, and I had friends that would go on cruises, that was like the thing.
Like with their
you made like
family?
cruise friends. Yeah, but it was like all other families, and they'd have like a teen.
Cruise
like camp.
It
families
was like
always
teen club,
creeped me out.
like a teen club.
And that
everyone
is
would go
no
to.
offense to
You meet all the
anybody who's
other
been on
families.
cruises that are listening. I'm sure you had a lovely time.
They don't interest me
Just
though.
not for
Oh,
me. No,
I
I
would
do not want to be
never
stuck.
wanna go on a
I do
cruise,
not want to be
ever.
stuck on a ship.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't like.
I always thought I really wanted to. I would say from the ages of like 10 to 18.
If
And
it's
then
just
I realized
a way of
I
getting
actually
somewhere,
wouldn't.
sure.
No, and then all the food's the same all the time. I mean, Sweet Life on Deck was awesome,
Yeah.
but
yeah. I do think there is a wide variety of food. There's multiple restaurants
Right,
on the
right,
cruise
but-
ships.
But
and-
how long are you like? What's your
I get
average cruise
seasick.
length?
Like some people go on cruises for like 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah.
absurd.
My cousin went on one when we were in high school, and she was gone for a while.
It's just that I don't want to be stuck on a boat.
She started texting me from her mom's phone. She
How do you
didn't
have?
have
Oh, they
service.
just have Wi-Fi.
She didn't have,
Yeah. Back in the day.
yeah.
So they're all living on this cruise, which they are all claiming to be very excited about. But I'd imagine a nice hotel room overlooking the Eiffel Tower probably would have been something they would have liked more,
yeah.
Yeah.
if I had to guess. But there's one-on-one dates. Rachel takes Tino and Gabby takes Jason. They're kind of intertwined at first, and then they go their separate ways and do their own little things and walking around. And Tino and Rachel are making crepes and
Feeding each other chocolate covered strawberries,
yeah.
which looks delightful.
yeah. Rhea reacted so loud to that chocolate covered strawberry when we were watching the episode. It was you would have thought like they started to disrobe in the middle of the Paris streets.
Sometimes I can't control my reactions to things, and that was one of those times.
Yes.
It just came out of me. Like
Like,
I was like,
What'd you do?
whoa.
The chocolate strawberry,
What?
literally the chocolate strawberry came onto screen. Tino was feeding it.
No, Rachel was feeding
Rachel
it
was
to Tino's
feeding it to
mouth.
Tino. She remembers. And literally Rhea's in her chair. She goes, whoa, whoa, yeah, baby.
Is that more about the strawberry or?
It was about the
I
strawberry.
actually love chocolate covered strawberries so much.
Good chocolate covered.
I really, really love chocolate covered strawberries, but I really love Tino and Rachel together
Yeah.
as well. And there's some people out there. Oh my god, I'm having a sudden pain in my armpit. There's some people out
Want me to
there.
sniff it?
Ow, yeah. I said that really weirdly. There's some people out there that don't see the Tino and Rachel connection, and I have to say that you need LASIK because.
Good one.
That was so bad.
Pause for laughter,
Yeah.
and we'll proceed.
Wait,
Okay,
Point
and
it right at Trent to make sure you
back
laugh.
again.
I just
It's
realized
like I get I'm a nerd. I got glasses.
I'm
You're
pretty
just
sure
like,
that
huh?
I'm related to the guy who created LASIK. I just remembered that. But anyways,
I mean, that deserved absolute crickets. If you don't put sound effects for your own
but
random statement.
Can you give me a
Oh,
deal?
you're related to the guy that
Yes,
created LASIK.
yes.
How and how did you just
No, I think
remember
it's
that? We talked
my
for
mom's
20 minutes.
cousin's husband.
My mom's cousin.
So no relation.
Well, that is.
No,
like-
that's relation.
but,
I think I've met him.
But no, like blood relation.
Not
And
blood.
he
not a blood
created
relation.
LASIK.
Yeah.
What's his
I
name?
think
I'm
they're
gonna
like.
look
I
it up.
think he has like a sick penthouse in New York somewhere. Like,
Who created?
Can you get confirmation from your mom?
yeah. Let me text my mom.
Inventor.
Do you know the guy's name?
Let me.
Because
Ask
I just googled who created LASIK and I got a name.
What's his name?
You tell me.
Doctor. Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Dr. Gollum Payman.
That could be him. I don't know.
Okay.
No.
Find out for us, and then
He
find out.
was
If,
born in Iran,
Oh wait.
and he grew
Yes.
until the age of 19, and then he moved to Germany.
The Iran part is. I mean, I have a lot of my grandpa's from there. Like,
okay.
I think this is him.
Would you recognize him if you saw him?
Probably.
Does that look like him?
No.
Is he wearing the Medal of Freedom?
Yeah,
Would you
like-
recognize him if he was standing right in front of you? Come on in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, he won the National Medal of Technology and Innovation in 2012.
He deserves it, man. People love LASIK.
Yeah,
Potentially me in the future.
exactly. All right, well,
Back to
thanks
Tino and
for
Rachel.
remembering that.
Good. That was a really good joke by me. Clearly.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm confused on how you don't see that there's. I mean,
the chemistry-
not at you, at the
Yeah.
people who think
that
that.
felt like it was directed.
Yeah,
at
I
me
know
and-
it was, and I didn't
Just
mean
take it
to.
easy,
My
man.
apologies. At the people who think there is not a connection.
Yeah, I think that they have a beautiful connection, romantically, sexually.
They have good kisses.
Yeah, they have amazing kisses.
Really
I think
good
that's really
kisses.
what's selling me.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, what are they even talking about? Like, it's all romantic. It's like, what? I mean, when you are partaking in a romantic relationship, don't you want it to be
Yeah.
romantic?
And also, the first couple dates with someone, when you're really attracted to them, it's romance.
It's all about just telling each other
it's
how much you like each other.
Yeah, like you're not getting down to the real nitty gritty topics because you're being swept up into the romance, which is totally fine. They're being swept up into the romance, and they both want families.
Yes, they
So-
do. And Tino wants 4 kids. And
Yeah.
if you think
Says it in
otherwise,
his
then you
bio.
haven't been paying close enough attention because it's in his bio.
Yep.
They also just look great together.
Yes,
They do.
that's I said that. Like when
Yeah.
a couple just when they look great together, it really boosts them to the top. And Tino and Rachel, they complement each other so well. I want it on record that I've been saying that they're engaged from day one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so when they reveal that they're engaged, I want chocolate covered strawberries.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You got it.
Their date goes very, very well. Tino gets a rose. There's no debate over whether or not they have a connection, I think. And Gabby and Jason's date is a little bumpier, I would say. There's definitely a connection there, but Gabby really wants Jason to open up more. And he's a little short. He seems a little shy. This is a new environment for him. You can tell he's like, I'm pretty nervous to be here.
Yeah, for sure.
And be on doing this whole thing. And it's also, I also think it really does tie together. I think he is private. I think he's public now on Instagram,
Okay.
but for the first 3 weeks or something, Bachelor Data on Instagram was keeping track of this. For the first 2 or 3 weeks, Jason stayed private on Instagram, which is fairly unheard of when the show airs.
Right.
Because that's when they all go public and they want the followers and they start posting more and all those things. he stayed private for like a while and had like 100 followers.
Interesting.
And now I think he is public, but I feel like it all kind of ties into this narrative that maybe he's not so into like the whole production TV aspect of all of this. And he does work, I think what does he say, investment banker or something like that, where he's in like the financial world. So maybe he's trying to balance like keeping his job.
He might be one of those, or
Keep talking, guys. I have to pee.
or
Okay,
he might be
go
one
ahead.
of those old school contestants who wants to find
Wants
love.
to find love.
Boy,
Could you believe it?
It's just so rare these days because, like you're saying,
Yeah.
it's true. People go on there and they want the followers, they
Yeah.
want the exposure, they want to parlay this into something else if they don't end up winning the season. And maybe, just maybe, our guy Jason is actually looking for the real thing,
Yeah.
and that's why he
So
is incredibly shy.
he definitely is quiet. So he has 5,000 Instagram followers, but he definitely was private. Like he's posting pictures with like no caption, just like
Yeah.
4 days ago.
This guy doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know
on
what he's
social
doing.
media, which is fine.
I also think he did talk about he didn't go into great detail, but it did feel like growing up tennis was really big, and then
Okay.
that stopped. Like he didn't really delve into it too much, and then he started to talk about going to therapy.
Yeah, he's got to be one of these guys that like
because he's got videos of him playing tennis on here.
that his friends signed him up for this. He didn't.
Right.
That would be my guess.
Right.
But yeah, the date, that's the thing too with this 2 Bachelorette thing that we got going on. When they send these 2 one-on-ones on similar dates, which is essentially just a walk around Paris,
Yeah.
and you see Rachel and Tino having such a good time, you are inevitably, and they do this on purpose with the editing, going to compare the dates. So when you're watching Rachel and Tino have such a good time, feed each other chocolate-covered strawberries, like, oh my gosh, they're having
Yeah.
such a great time. And then you cut to Gabby and Jason, and they're just not talking as much. You know, the rain seems to be hitting them a little bit harder for whatever reason. And it's, so you automatically, you don't view it in a vacuum. You view it as comparing the dates, and you look at Gabby and Jason and be like, oh, they're not having as good a time, so it must not be going as well.
Right.
When it's not necessarily true.
I agree with you, and I think Gabby definitely did want him to open up more. He did a little bit. I think we're going to get there more with him because I do think I like them as a couple.
Yeah.
I feel like Gabby does have a more extroverted personality, and she's very funny and like loves telling jokes and all these things, and I feel like she and Jason could balance each other out really well.
For sure.
I do think that they could have something if he does open up a little bit more, because this is a very fast process. So if he doesn't get there fast enough, she's going to move on to one of the other guys.
And they got there at the end of the dinner portion. When he started talking about therapy. She started talking about her mom and going to therapy. And it seemed like it ended on a pretty good note. He ended up getting the rose. So I could see a future with them. But you are right.
It was investment banker. I wanted to double check
Good
that.
call.
Yeah.
So he is going to have to open up, and it's, it's going to probably have to happen faster because this is a fast process.
Yeah. Yeah. But both dates go well. Both one-on-one dates go very well, I would say, and they both get roses and they both have these romantic moments. So I think Gabby and Rachel are both very happy currently in that moment. And then we go into Gabby's first group date. But before we do that,
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. How well would you take care of your car, Trent? You're a new car owner. How well would you take care of your car if you knew you were going to have that same car your entire life?
I would take care of it very well.
Like a prized possession.
You'd have to. Yeah.
And you know what's a prized possession?
What's that?
That little brain of yours. And
Wow.
I didn't mean to call it little. It's a big brain.
Thank you.
Okay? I didn't mean to, lessen you like that, but you got a big brain in there. That's going to be there your whole life.
Yep.
And you got to treat it well. And that is where BetterHelp comes into play. This is how we can help ourselves with BetterHelp online therapy. Sometimes finding a therapist, traveling to therapy can be hectic. It can be expensive. It can just be honestly, it could add more anxiety into your life trying to find the right therapist, trying to find something affordable. That's why BetterHelp Online Therapy is a more affordable way to support a healthy brain, which we all need in our lives. BetterHelp is online therapy, like I said, that it offers phone call, video calls, and even live chat therapy sessions. So maybe you don't want to turn your camera on. Maybe you just want to chat with somebody, get your feelings out there. Like I said, maybe you don't want to show up somewhere. That's why BetterHelp Online Therapy is great, and it's more affordable than in-person therapy. And once you get started, you could be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/office. Once again, that's betterhelp.com/office. 10% off their first month. I know a lot of people that have used BetterHelp and they've gotten a lot out of it, so don't shy away from it. BetterHelp Online Therapy, 10% off the first month, betterhelp.com/office.
Gabby's date is boxing. They've got a French boxing pair there to help them. But really, they kind of made the entire date about Rachel, which is pretty wild. Like, you could definitely tell the way producers are trying to push this.
Yeah.
Because they're so zoning in on Rachel getting emotional and, oh my God, I want to leave, and this is not how I thought this was gonna go, and like I was more confident on The Bachelor than I am as being The Bachelorette. They are really milking that, I feel like, and they're putting her in these situations where it is bringing that out in her to send her on Gabby's dates.
Yeah.
Where Gabby's having a good time, the guys seem to be having a good time. Gabby's like, hey, at the end of this, like, I don't know if, or maybe that was Rachel's. Did someone get extra time at the end of Gabby's date?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, yes. So someone was Spencer, maybe?
Ooh.
I don't remember. And instead, it kind of totally surrounded Rachel being like, I'm going to go and support Gabby and watch the group date. And I invited my guys to go too. And none of her guys talked to her. She gets very upset about it, when it really does feel like that was some sort of setup there to make Rachel like watch Gabby's date. And so maybe she gets in her head, because I'm under the impression that those guys were watching that date thinking like, we're here as spectators. This is not our day. Our day's tomorrow. And we'll talk to Rachel tomorrow. This is Gabby's day. We're not going to turn this into a Rachel date.
Totally. I think that they are
Rhea's back from the bathroom.
Yes, I am. I've been drinking a ton of water lately.
Good for you.
Good.
Thank you. I think that they are totally setting it up to seem that way. I do not fault the guys at all for thinking that they were only there to watch their guys, their bros, their brothers beat each other up. Like, I think
it's the best.
Like, people pay money to watch UFC boxing on TV, to watch a bunch of strangers that we don't know beat each other up, basically.
Dudes love watching guys punch each other in the face. I love it.
Now add your friends into the mix, or people, I mean, they just met them, but we'll call them their friends.
Yeah.
You're going to want to watch that, especially when it's not your date. It's not advertised as your date. You don't think it's a time that you should be trying to
and
talk to Rachel.
they also probably don't want to disrespect
Rachel.
Gabby.
Right. It's Gabby's date, and it was made all about Rachel, and Rachel was so upset, and she was so in her head. And I do feel bad for Rachel in a way, that because she is so in her head, and I don't think she has to be. I feel like she's insecure, and there's no reason that she needs to be insecure. But
she got Tino.
Obviously, she has Tino. And some people just feel insecure when they shouldn't.
I think the producers are pushing them.
But I also think that you had to have known a little bit, like, kind of what you were signing up for when you signed up to be two bachelorettes together. Just the way the world works, unfortunately, they're gonna pin two girls against each other, especially in a show like this. So I just think it was like too much of Rachel crying about what was happening with Gabby's date when it was not her date at all. The guys were only there to watch the other guys beat each other up. It was not about Rachel. It shouldn't have been about the guys talking to Rachel at all. Like, it was Gabby's date. It was very bizarre.
Yeah, and I also found it interesting that they had them separated.
Yeah.
Like, they had Rachel on some sort of bleachers watching, and then they had Rachel's guys like ringside watching. It was almost like they were separated on purpose, because if the guys are sitting with Rachel, they're going to talk to her.
Yeah.
They're going to talk. They're going to make eye contact with her, whatever. But they made it. It really does seem like the producers made it out where let's separate them. Tell the guys that this is Gabby's date. You guys are there just to watch, and we are going to isolate Rachel essentially and put her on these bleachers. And then they're going to tell Rachel like, pretty weird that nobody came up and talked to you or made eye contact.
I also think Rachel was sitting fairly close to Gabby.
She was.
Like it would be kind of weird if the guys one by one started to come and sit next to Rachel and talk to Rachel while Gabby's sitting right there trying to like focus on her date.
Right.
Also, this may be controversial, but I feel like, you know, they 24/7 are thinking about the Bachelorette and what their next move is and what the relationship's like, where you probably enjoy a little downtime where you're not focused on that. You're just focused on guys beating each other up.
Yeah.
Like they're probably enjoying the fact like, okay, right now, not our date. We can relax and we can just watch this go down. And Rachel was very, very upset.
Yeah. I think Rachel's got a little bit of a bruised ego right now too, just coming off of the way that the rose ceremony went down and needing a little bit of a confidence boost. I can't even imagine. This is the thing. Like you can say, oh, you know, you got to prepare yourself for what they're going to do. But I don't really think there's anything that you can do to prepare yourself. Like, I can't imagine what my headspace would be like to be sitting on the sidelines of a group date of my best friend who has all these guys. And you're in your head being like, oh, my God, look at all these guys. They like Gabby so much, and look at all my guys just standing over there. Nobody's even looking at me. So they set it up really for her, I think, to get into her head.
Yeah, it is hard to say. Like I said, they should be prepared. What do you do to prepare for something like that?
Yeah.
But it's almost like me and you would never sign up for a show like this because we know we wouldn't be able to handle something like that. I know for a fact.
Totally, but also, I don't know, if you're offered the Bachelorette, not a lot of people are turning it down.
Not a lot of people are turning it down, but like if you know yourself and you're like, I really wouldn't be able to handle this sort of situation. Like I know I'm going to be insecure. Like sometimes you got to be like, what's worth it? Like me being the Bachelorette or me not losing my mind.
And I think they were being told that they were not going to be pinned against each other when we've talked about it a million times. It's impossible for them not to be. And I was saying last night that I think it's becoming clearer and clearer that this open system and this lack of rules and on what a group of guys can do or what a Bachelorette can do when there's two of them, it becomes pretty clear that at some point the producers were hoping that Rachel and Gabby would get into some sort of fight where
there's no guidance here.
Right, there's no guidance. They would like the same guy and there would be this falling out and they'd be like, fuck you, and then there'd be this huge disaster. They haven't gotten that up to this point. Gabby and Rachel have been pretty cordial so far.
Yeah.
You know, Logan, we can get to that when we get to it, but he might change that a little bit. But up until this point, they've been very friendly, and I think in the back of the mind of the producers, they're kind of like, shit, we were hoping that they would fight.
Yeah. I saw some rumors of people thinking like how they would, if they continued to do this, that if they did it for a Bachelor, that they might do Andrew and Greg. Because they're besties.
They are.
If they wanted to do other guys to do
Isn't
it.
Greg dating somebody though?
I don't think so anymore. I think he's single.
I would love to see Greg as the Bachelor.
I think he's single again. They'd be a good duo. They are besties. It would be very interesting to see if
I want two guys that hate each other.
Yeah, Trent wants two guys that hate each other.
I think it'd be way more fun.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking reality TV, and I know
because at the end of the day, like you at the two guys that hate each other. Best case scenario, they both find love and like maybe they become cordial. Guys that are best friends that go, you know, best case, they stay best friends. Like I just feel like the it could get worse.
A destruction scale. I agree. I see
you know what I'm trying to say? Like
yes.
Guys that are like when you're best friends, you could end up not best friends at the end of it.
Totally.
If you hate each other at the beginning, you could just stay the same.
But I feel
or
like
you could become friends.
Guys care less about like if a girl were to be
totally.
Oh, I'm not into Greg anymore. I like Andrew.
Yeah.
Then he'd be like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see.
It would be an interesting dynamic because would it focus as much on how Andrew and Greg are feeling like they're doing for Rachel and Gabby and not like the women drama?
Yeah, I think it would
because
be more
they always
on the
focus
women.
on that. And they always focus on that for The Bachelor. And then The Bachelorette, the narrative always changes, which is bullshit. I mean, I get it. These guys, clearly, there must not be a lot of drama going on within these guys.
Right.
And it feels like a lot of why we were having so much focus on like them. Oh my God, is this right? I want to leave. Like all those things. Because every time there has been some kind of issue with the guys, they are sent home swiftly. There is no playing around. It's like, oh no, we're not fucking with this situation. You guys are out of here. Even with Hayden, like we were all like, Hayden shouldn't stay. And
gone.
It only took a little while for him to be sent home too. So Rachel does get her group date the next day, and all about romance, flirting.
Oh, just horrific.
Faux flirting and
weird.
hand making out and blindfolded smelling armpits. Awful date. Terrible. Couldn't think of a worse date I'd want to do in France. Like
it just makes no sense why that was the chosen date when they're in France. Like you couldn't think of anything better. You guys couldn't drum up anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it was unfortunate. You know, it's tough to watch.
Oh, really? You said you enjoy smelling armpits?
No, I'm a pheromones girl.
Pheromones.
And I don't enjoy just smelling anyone's armpits.
We made that.
I enjoy the smell of my boyfriend.
Pheromones is fancy talk for I like to smell armpits.
Yeah, like what? I just don't know that word, so.
Pheromones. It's like the scent that
Pheromones is
people
your,
give
like,
off when you're like
natural-
attracted to
Yeah,
them.
which is just another way of saying I like the smell of my boyfriend's armpit.
No, I wouldn't say specifically his armpits, but I mean, I like his scent.
No, but pheromones don't like just. It's not like it only comes from your armpits.
Yeah, it's like your body in general.
But not everyone has good pheromones.
So it's not that it's bad pheromones.
Just
You
not
just
for-
may not be attracted to their
Right.
pheromones.
It's a very primal thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
animal-like.
But you could be attracted to someone and then you actually don't like their pheromones. Or you like their pheromones, but you don't
It
like
might
them.
be. Pheromones to me are almost a subconscious thing.
I think it's just something that happens, like when you like. I don't know. Let's
yeah.
look up the word pheromones.
Like I think it might be happening before you know
Pheromone
it's happening.
Is a secreted or excreted chemical factor that triggers a social response in members of the same species. Pheromones are chemicals capable of acting like hormones outside the body of the secreting individual to affect the behavior of the receiving individual. Essentially,
This is
in
making
humans,
me sound like an animal.
No, well, because it is. I mean, it's primal. It's
it
very
is.
primal, and
Yeah.
that's the attraction of like actual animals. In humans, essentially, pheromones are a hidden form of communication. They send signals from one individual to another of the same species. This triggers a response in the individual receiving those signals, such as a hormonal change or specific behavior.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like a little undercurrent of attraction when
Yeah.
you're attracted to someone. And you don't even necessarily know that it's going on.
Damn, wait, I think there's a Frank Ocean lyric that he says pheromone.
Definitely he
He
does.
says, I think he's like smoking pheromone. So now it's like, oh, he's smoking the scent of someone. Is that what he's saying?
You're looking way too
Way
deep
too
into this.
You're really looking way too deep in this.
Okay.
We'll leave it at the fact that no, we do not want to be lined up smelling strangers' armpits, but can you be attracted to someone's scent? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Yes.
It's a fair way to put it.
Rachel having to be blindfolded and smelling all these guys' armpits, would I want to do that? Absolutely not.
Well, what I was
Absolutely
saying,
not.
and this is separate from the pheromone talk, I just am not, like, I'm not somebody who's grossed out by, like, armpits or feet. You know, like, people, like, fucking hate feet. Like,
Right.
well, some people love it, but, like, some people are, like,
Some people
really
hate- yeah.
grossed out by
Yes.
feet. Like, those things, like, don't really gross me out. So, besides the pheromone talk, I just wouldn't, I don't prefer to do that. I don't want to line up everybody and smell their armpits. But if someone was like, hey, Rhea, smell my armpit right now, I wouldn't be like, ew,
Yeah.
no. I would just smell their armpit.
It
Like,
is
it
a
doesn't
lyric.
gross me out.
We breathe in pheromones, Amber Rose. And
Is that
Nikes.
self-control?
Nikes.
Great song.
It is a
Great
great song.
Anyways, sorry.
That's
I've seen it perform live.
Also, did you
multiple
want an
times.
update
Very
on-
good.
Oh, that's right.
The LASIK thing, because my mom responded.
Is it him?
She said, yes, my cousin Dean, my cousin is married to him. And then I said, what's his name? It's a different name. And then I looked it up. He definitely does LASIK. I can't find anything that says he invented it, so maybe my mom's just lying.
He's just got a private
Maybe
LASIK
he had,
practice.
maybe there's something else.
Maybe he like helped bring it out in this country, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe he invested in it.
My mom said they're loaded, either way.
Yeah, well, that's
Good for
There you
them.
go.
yeah, that's lovely. the I would say, I honestly, like, the weird silent flirting was maybe the most awkward part of that date.
Zach started choking
Or
Rachel.
I guess all of it. I can't really
Everything
pick one.
about it.
No,
The
was
it's
hand
just-
making out was tough, too.
That was
There's
weird.
just something really, really awful and cringy when they say you two flirt, and then like in front of a bunch of people. Like the show, essentially, there's flirting going on, but it's never like, all right, now go flirt. And when you're put under that type of pressure, especially when it had to be silent, I guess
Yeah, Zach, like, put Rachel in a
it
chokehold.
was weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, but like I don't know what you're supposed to do. Probably
I don't
not
know
choke
either.
him, but
I don't know either. If I was in that situation and I had to, like, go up to a guy and it was, like, silent flirting, I have no idea what I would do.
I'd start crying.
Stand
I'd
there
just
and
run out of the
fucking
room.
bat my eyelashes? Like,
I guess, yeah.
How? What do you do?
Do I just start flexing?
Yeah.
What do you think about
Like,
these?
Doing the
literally,
coffee grinder on the floor.
What do, like,
that?
I just don't
Ever seen the coffee
understand what
grinder?
you do.
No.
I can't do it. There's not enough space.
Why? Stand up.
Are you guys
Oh,
familiar?
you gotta do it on the floor.
don't
Coffee
know what
grinder.
that is.
When you like swift your leg under the other one. It's the coffee grinder, the dance move.
Never heard of it.
What?
No. I'll look it up.
Put your legs up on the wall, start twerking.
Yeah, like I don't know what you do in that scenario, but it was definitely uncomfortable to watch. And then they all kind of wrote poems. Tyler cried.
Yeah, there it is. That's the coffee grinder.
Oh, I got Kelly Clarkson ad.
Oh, skip.
Oh yeah, it's just like when your legs go on. It's like a breakdance move.
Okay.
I think you're gonna be
You
very,
guys didn't do
very.
the coffee grinder as a kid?
I don't think so. Here he's kind of doing. Yeah, you see it. There we go.
Oh, bro.
that.
Like, I didn't even know that had a name. Breakdance. Like, that's
Can
the
you
name
do
of
that,
the
Rhea?
breakdancing.
Wait, it's the it's a coffee grinder.
But I agree with Fran that I never knew it had a name.
Yeah, I didn't know it had a
Why
name.
is it called the coffee grinder?
I just, like, assume when people are like, oh, we're going to start breakdancing, that move's in it.
It's a common breakdancing move.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't do that. I'd hurt myself. I tried to do yoga the other day. Whew.
Really?
Yeah.
Hot yoga.
Alone?
Yeah, in my apartment.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to get. I'd like some more flexibility. My
Oh.
golf swing.
Go to Hot Pilates Secret. It's not too far from you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
From where I live now?
Yeah, I used to go there.
Really?
It's actually very
I
enjoyable.
think I gotta work.
It's not real. Like, it's not the Pilates that you've seen advertised everywhere. Like, there's no machines and everything. It's like, it's on the. They give you
I think
mats
I
and
gotta
stuff.
do regular temperature yoga first. I think I gotta
yes.
work up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's what I suggest.
that's what I'm gonna do. I just need more flexibility. My golf swing, it's a little
Open
too.
up your hips.
Yeah, I don't. I'm all arms.
Yep.
I gotta open up the hips a little
Yep.
more.
Yep. Yoga can help with that.
One guy said, I have the flexibility of cold rolled steel. So it's like,
That's about as hard as it gets, I
Right.
think. Yeah.
and I need some more flexibility in my life. So I'm gonna try it. We'll see if I stick
Did
with
you
it.
ever go to the chiropractor? I know that you were thinking about.
I don't think so. No.
Just wondering.
Hey, maybe we'll hit up Hot Pilates Secret together.
That's close to me.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay. Again, regular temperature might be where I'm at right now.
You gotta go. You gotta start regular.
It's not as hot as you think it is, but whatever.
That feels like a lie.
How
No,
hot
it's
does
not.
it get?
How hot?
I don't know the degree, but I know that when my sister first took me there, I was like, oh God, what is this going to be? And then I was like, oh, this isn't too bad.
I've done hot yoga. I did it when I was living in the city, and I ran out of the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, okay, maybe.
And
it will.
then they yell at you because they're like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
was like,
what?
but I'm gonna die in here.
You can't run out.
Well, what they say is when you're in there, you just gotta stay in there because if you run out and then you go back in,
Yeah.
it's worse because you get a little bit of
Temperature
cold air.
change.
Yeah. So they were like, stay in here, and I was like,
Like for your
"Ugh."
health.
Just like because it's better for getting acclimated to it.
Yeah.
It's tough. It was like 105 in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
I can't.
We're
last
never
in a
gonna finish.
sauna.
We're never.
Alright.
We're never gonna.
Let's get
finish
into the
this re-
cocktail
We're
party.
never gonna finish this recap.
Cancel the cocktail party.
Let's get to the cocktail party.
No asking Trent if he's been to the chiropractor. Like, Jesus Christ.
All right, moving
Okay.
on. Moving on to the cocktail party.
Moving on. Yes, Tyler does very well. He did the poetry.
Yeah.
He gets more time with Rachel. I think they're vibing together a lot more. And then we have the cocktail party where there's some hate and drama. So let's get into that. But first, this summer is all about good vibes, and Vizzy Hard Seltzer passes the vibe check with its bold and delicious fruit flavors. Vizzy has you covered this summer with a wide range of refreshing fruit flavors like pineapple mango, black cherry lime, strawberry kiwi, and blueberry pomegranate. plus delicious combinations like papaya passion fruit, watermelon strawberry, blackberry lemon, and raspberry tangerine. I love the blackberry lemon. I think that one is my favorite. I also love the black cherry lime. I love a little citrus. Little sweet, little citrus. Great combination. All summer long, you can grab a can of Vizzy Hard Seltzer and visit VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to enter your info for a chance to instantly win a $20 prepaid card that can be used towards Vizzy when you pass on the vibes to your friends. Even if you don't win instantly, you can enter the sweeps for a chance to win $599 that can be used towards Vizzy for an entire year. So go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to enter for a chance to win. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks. No purchase necessary. Ends 8/15/22. 50 USDC. 21 plus only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit VizzyHardSeltzer.com/passthevibes. Scanning product is optional. All right, the cocktail party happens, and we've seen this flashback multiple times now. ABC, they're throwing it back of let's remind everyone that what Hayden said.
Right.
These bitches, he's saying it multiple times. They keep playing the clip.
Bitch, if you're gonna say you're rough around the edges.
His excuse was
not
that,
funny, but
yes,
yeah.
the fact that he even spoke like that is funny.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
It's just like
these bitches, like,
yeah.
What, bitch? You said it first.
Yeah. Bitch.
Yeah, and that was his excuse. By the way, he had said that Gabby had referred to herself that way.
Bitch, if you're gonna refer to yourself as rough around the edges,
yeah,
I can't stop.
It's just not the way people speak anymore.
No.
It's really not
comparing their boob sizes.
Yeah.
Oh, Hayden.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that.
No.
So Meatball,
especially when Rachel has magnificent boobs.
Yeah, she does.
I'm allowed to say that, right?
I think so.
Okay.
You're admiring them.
Yeah. Trent, you say nothing.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Meatball. No, Meatball knew what was happening. He's like, I think I got to say something to Rachel. He does, sets the scene, basically tells her everything that happens. And while that is going on, Hayden and Rachel are having a conversation about Hayden's dog, Rambo. He has a scrapbook of all these pictures. And now, yes, do I think Hayden loves his dog? I definitely do. I looked at Instagram, like he clearly loves that dog. Is it a little nuts that he still wanted, for the show? It's another situation of where, like, do you say no to this opportunity if you're actually asked?
Yeah.
You're put in this situation, and his dog had a brain tumor, and he was told it was very limited time that we thought we were going to have left.
In this situation specifically,
yes,
you say no.
Right now, if Norman was sick, God forbid, and they were like, he has 4 months to live.
Yeah.
This is not wood, guys.
I have wood right here.
He did it. He worked.
And somebody came to me and was like, reality TV show.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Right, because
the opportunity could come back for the reality TV show. Is your dog gonna stay alive?
Right, because earlier
That's
we were
awful.
talking about, are you going to be the Bachelorette? Which that you almost have to take it. And Rachel
you're
and
the
them,
lead of the show.
right? And they're not in the current situation that Hayden was in, but in the situation that Hayden is in, where he's just a contestant. The Bachelorette is going to be back next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Probably just stay home with Rambo, and certainly leave his duck at home.
Don't take his toy with him.
Do not do that.
He took the freaking toy with him, and I did see. I think Zachary Reality posted a little sound clip. I don't know if he himself was talking with Hayden, but it was a voice note from Hayden that Rambo is still with us at this time, because that was another thing. It was like they're filming, and he's like, well, he could have 4 to 6 months, he could have a year, depending on treatment and all these things. So it was kind of like, oh, where are we at right now?
He said any moment at one point.
Tino. Well, then he was like, I risked a lot to come on this show, and she didn't even let me finish the conversation because Tino wanted to talk to her. Hayden felt like Rachel should have kept the conversation going and told Tina to wait, but I mean, it's fucking Tino, so she was ready to have
what Hayden was doing felt very manipulative.
It did. To bring a scrapbook and your dog's toy that definitely should have stayed with your dog. You evil monster.
Yeah.
Who takes away their
like,
dog's
look at how much
toy?
I gave up to be here for you. Like,
right. It's like she didn't ask you to specifically do that.
Yeah.
It's evil what he did to the dog. And he
took
may
that
love that
dog
dog,
toy.
but I tweeted this, and taking a dog's favorite toy away while the dog is dying is basically pulling the plug. oh, you're dying and you love this toy so much.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? I'm going to take it for you so you cry yourself to sleep every night. Then I'm not there, the owner, and your favorite toy's not there. So not only is this dog missing its owner, it's missing its favorite toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had the scrapbook. You don't need to take the toy. We get it. She's gonna get it.
Yeah.
And is Hayden cuddling with the dog's favorite toy every night?
Oh, he had that piece in his pocket.
Oh,
It was just it was a lot. It was a
despicable
lot.
behavior.
It was a lot. From Hayden.
It was a lot. So Rachel is like, this was the last straw for Hayden. I think she already was out on Hayden anyway.
Yeah.
After what he said to Gabby, and I think she was put in a tough spot and was like, I got to keep him. And after this happened, there was no like doubt. She went right up to him, and she's like, "What do you have to say?" So then they had a weird back and forth,
Like,
thinking
we're
that
talking about Rambo.
talking about Rambo. She was like, "The dog." He's like, "No." She's talking about what he said, and that was it. It was like he denied it. He's like, "I never said that." Once again, they played the clip 9,000 times.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing that people on this show do, is when they get caught in something that they said, they still say they didn't say it. When they know there's cameras everywhere,
Big
and
time.
they still try and say they didn't say it.
It makes no sense. You know you're being recorded
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah.
I bet, and judging from the angle of that Hayden conversation that he was having, he probably thought he was off camera.
Totally.
So he got fucked.
Totally.
He fucked himself.
Well, there
but-
was like, it felt like it came from a camera in the top corner of the room or
Right.
something.
You can never believe that you're off camera.
No,
on a reality show.
never.
You would have to be a
Never.
dumb idiot, which Hayden seems to be.
he's still just he's a liar.
Yeah, so that he...
Bitch, if you called yourself Robert.
Yes, it was so... Hayden has to walk the plank. He's off the boat. Anticlimactic way to leave the boat. It could have been something more dramatic.
Come on, we're on a boat.
Yeah.
Can
Jump!
you imagine if they made him jump off the boat?
Yeah, like
Into the water.
So
and they put a plank
Or-
out there for him.
Yeah.
Or I guess since
They're
the
all
boat
watching.
is the boat's so close to land, but like put him on a
No,
little
they put
boat.
him on a rowboat.
Yeah.
Put him
Yeah.
on a rowboat and make him row out of
Yeah,
This-
just for visual effects.
Yeah,
They
they
could,
could've
like
done
help him
and
out
then he can
after.
get picked up and
Yeah.
taken back.
Yeah,
but just
put him
for
on a
the
jet ski for fun.
Just for the shot.
This show used to do things like that all
Yeah.
the time, and for some reason they got away from it.
They've lost their edge.
They left Olivia
They lost
Caridi on an island.
They've left multiple people on an island, I think.
They've gone soft. They really have.
But it's like it's not even edgy. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Like they've gotten
no,
away
it
from being
is. It's
funny.
funny. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
But
Yeah.
they now think being funny is being too edgy.
Yeah.
That's true. I think sometimes.
I agree with you on that. So Logan, Hayden's gone, and now the drama kind of is shifted to Logan, which we're left on this cliffhanger. We did see him speak to Jesse Palmer at one point during the episode, that he's kind of stuck on Gabby, thinking about Gabby. His eyes are, going for Gabby when they're both in the same room, and maybe things got cut a little too short for them. And he wants a chance to talk to Gabby. He doesn't get that chance, so they're at the rose ceremony. Gabby's giving out roses to her guys. Rachel's giving out roses to her guys. Gabby sends home Kirk and Quincy, and it's Jordan and Logan in the last two for Rachel. Rachel gives Logan a rose, so he accepts that rose from Rachel.
Mistake.
Knowing very well,
Knowing damn well.
that he's got his eyes pointed at Gabby.
Yeah.
And so now this is going to turn into a big thing. He's going to have to talk to Gabby and Rachel. Will Gabby let him make the switch? I don't
hope
know.
not.
He's out of here.
I don't know. I would like to think that she wouldn't, but I also feel like she might have something in her mind saying the same thing that Logan is. Because I will say that Logan did have a connection with both of them, and the way that they split up so fast, I think whoever gave him a rose in that scenario, he was going to say yes to.
Yeah, and you were saying like there was that moment early in the season when were they giving out first impression roses or was it?
No, they were on a group date, I think, and there was
Yeah.
2 roses to give on the group date.
Right.
And Logan kissed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachel went to Gabby and was like, I kissed Logan, Gabby kind of backed off.
Yep.
So I think in that scenario, you probably push him in the back of your mind, because then Rachel gave him the rose when they separated. And so it's like, oh, Logan's definitely on that side. But if Logan approaches Gabby and is like, hey, we didn't really get to explore all of this, and I think I made a mistake, she might think that that's genuine.
There's other options out there.
He's out of here.
now.
He's gone.
You think he's gone?
I don't
Yeah.
think he's gone. I think she is going to accept it. But I don't think
she might,
should.
and also just for the drama's sake, like I don't.
The producers might tell her to
like
accept
just
it.
for the sake of drama, because as of right now, it's like the drama is coming from Gabby and Rachel, and not actually from the guys. So it
Fair.
feels like more, oh, let's have this juicy moment of someone switching sides.
Yeah, I can
So
see
I do
that.
think like that could be a producer. Producers could be involved in that switch for sure. Someone's got to be. They couldn't split into teams and not have someone switch sides.
I agree with that.
They knew this. They keep claiming, oh, we're kind of winging this whole thing and we don't know what's happening. They had a plan laid out of how they wanted this to go.
Yeah, I agree.
And someone switching sides was definitely a part of that plan.
Right, and also we don't want to pit the girls against each other. They're not going to be pitted against each other. Oh no, but we're just going to have
Make
Team
teams.
Rachel and Team Gabby
Yeah.
up on the screen.
And then like post on Instagram, what team are you?
yeah, like
Crazy.
that's
Yeah.
awful. That's
Yeah.
just awful. And that is so awful because then
I
you have
know.
all these people tweeting which team they're on or writing which team they're on, and it's not fun for either of them to see.
No, it is not. So I believe they're on their way to Belgium now on the boat. I think if I remember correctly from the end of the episode. So we'll see what happens
Waffles.
with Logan. Yes. We'll see what happens with Logan. That's a pretty safe bet that's got to be a part of
Hopefully.
a date.
I've been there as
They
well.
did crepes.
Oh my God, you are a culture
What a
man.
world traveler over
You're
there.
like, you're like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
You're a Renaissance man.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh
God, he
boy.
really wanted that compliment.
He really wanted that. That was one of the more genuine thank yous he's ever
Right.
given.
He's been working this podcast
Thank
for how
you.
many years, and he's
Yeah.
like, when are they going to call me around?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, we had a whole discussion. I was waiting.
Just waiting. Waiting. So we'll be back next week to see what goes down with Logan.